Okay, so welcome to PT Toolbox's live webinar today. As you can see on your screen, we've got Tom Amos, who is the mastermind mechanically behind PT Toolbox and also the owner of Essex Web Creative. He's also an expert on social media marketing, and that's what we're going to talk about today. If you have any questions, write them down and then save them for the end, and Tom's going to take about 40 minutes to go through his social media presentation for you. This is exclusive content and no one else has seen this yet. So I'm going to pass you over to Tom.
Hello everyone, can you all hear me? Okay. 2 seconds, just set myself up there. Right, today, so I'm going to go through social media marketing with mainly Facebook. It's quite a huge thing to cover, in my personal opinion. I could talk about it all day if I really could. But today, right, so with Facebook, the real main keyword to sort of think about with Facebook is engagement. Now, a lot of people look at Facebook as in, when I get loads of likes, I'm going to get loads of sales, but that's not the real mission with Facebook. The real mission with Facebook is to build a community, and you're only going to do that by being interested and not selling so much. So I'm going to go through some of the rules with Facebook to start with, the boring bits, setting up, because a lot of people get that wrong to start with, and obviously that's the foundation. You get that wrong to start with, then it's going to either take a lot of time to recover what you've done or a lot of time to get back to where you were. I'm going to go through a lot of rules and sort of secret techniques to keep your posts higher up on Facebook, and to get the most engagement possible out of a single post. And then also, near the end, I'm going to go through other methods to help build engagement that you can lead to social media, and other techniques that I use. So, most importantly, like I say, get it right first time. So a lot of people I see out there, and it's so frustrating as well, I see that they'll set up a user instead of a page. Now, the reason you don't want to set up a user, for one, Facebook don't want you to set up as a user account. If you're a business, you're a page. If you're a user, you're a person. The reason for that being is you can't push to market out more. With pages, you have ways and methods with a page to go to a larger outreach, to push. So you could do adverts. You can't obviously do an advert on a user account. A user account is personal. You can boost posts. There's a lot of other extra features you can do, which is why it's meant to be a page. So, I mean, if you have already done a page, we have had it with a few clients where they had like 5,000 friends set up as a user, which is like, it's a lot of work, obviously, because you think, oh, I've got to start again. Luckily enough for us, we managed to get in contact with Facebook and they managed to move it over into a page. But that doesn't happen every time, so sometimes they might just close down the user and expect you to start again. So just something to bear in mind. Obviously, create a page, not a user account. Once you've got your page done, so I've added the link in there. I'll also add a download. We'll add this onto the blog, I think, for PT Toolbox, so in case any of you haven't added one already. But once you've created your page, before you get started with your posting, there's no point posting unless someone's there. So what you want to do is obviously invite everyone you can. So obviously any friends, but please bear in mind if you're getting your friends to go on Facebook, it's going to be a lot harder to get sales because they're probably just doing it out of sympathy or they're just doing it out of interest to help you out. So obviously the main goal is to get your clients in there. If your you've got any clients at present. Obviously, if you haven't, then get any friends in there. Just get something there just to get you started. You can do that by inviting people. There's a little column bar, and you can just sit there and invite people. Once you've started to build up a few amount of likes, so obviously it's going out to quite a few people, then that's when you want to start posting. Obviously, there's another thing that I can't go with through with this meeting, which is Facebook ads. This is, I see it as a fundamental. It religiously needs to be done, because I mean, you can post forever, but like I say, if you can't reach out to more people, you're limiting yourself to the people that have only liked you. So unless you get something and you're getting your posting right and you're getting people share your content and high amount of interest, obviously Facebook ads is a big must. But again, we'll go through that another time. So you've set up your page, you've got a few people that have liked you, and obviously now you want to do your design. So for your timeline or your profile image. Now, what I sort of recommend with your timeline, because I see a lot of people that just stick in a logo or something random in there. Always put, you want to put a call to action in there. Now, what I've done with this client, for example, is we put a logo in there, but we've also put a call to action. We've got a special offer on the side. We've shown what they're about, so it's obviously fat loss, it's laser lipo. And then we've got a website on there. So not only that, there's an offer and there's a website to go to. So you're sort of using every part of that space to help promote the company. So that's what you want to do. Obviously, it's all good putting an interesting picture there, but the main purpose is to get people to buy from you, so you want to sell with that image. Okay, so I'm going to go through posting. Now, my first and most important rule with Facebook is not to sell, which is what some people may think is mad, but if you went on Facebook and you went on your newsfeed and say you liked a company and you had every time they were on there, hey, we've got an offer, a new product, hey, we've got a new service, hey, we've got a new offer, hey, we've got a new offer. It gets boring after a while, so that's not what your goal is, because what you'll find is that people will unlike you or they'll unsubscribe from you, so your posts don't appear. You want to be interested. You want people to come back to your Facebook page to find out what you're talking about, because obviously as soon as they start interacting with your posts, you'll start appearing more on their newsfeed. One thing to know, when you do a post, it doesn't go to everyone that likes you. Facebook limits it for that reason. So if they have basically an algorithm on your posting. So if it's of high interest, you'll find that suddenly it starts reaching out to more people. And they just do this mainly to get you spending with ads, but also there's no point sharing it on everyone's profiles if no one's interested in it. So you want to be relative to your industry. There's no point posting about cars if you're promoting fitness, for example, because people that like you are normally like you because it's what they're interested in. They're interested in your service or they're interested in you. You want to be professional, most importantly, because you are the face of your company. So obviously if you do something that can offend, it's not going to make your business look good. You want to be interesting. Obviously high interest, then they're going to pay attention. It's always good to be educational, especially like you guys. You could say, obviously, we'll give you tips for dieting, etc. It's free, and obviously people think, oh, that's quite good, I'll go on there next time. Now, they've always got some good tips for dieting, I might try one out. So it's always good to be educational. Motivational is good, especially if you're aiming at businesses, more than likely. Like for my example, if I'm selling at businesses, it's always good to be motivational because dealing with a lot of entrepreneurs. In your case, it's good to be motivational because you're dealing with a lot of people that want to get out there and want to get fit. So it's always good to be positive. Humour goes a long way, but again, you want to try not to offend. You just want something that's subtle that everyone's going to like, which is obviously hard when you don't know how people will take certain jokes. But humour, if it's done the right way, can do and do real good on your Facebook page. Be trendy. Now, what I mean by that is you want to talk about what's latest in the news. Now, one of my clients, I was actually on the phone to at the time, and believe it or not, I can't remember how long ago this was, but when Prince George was born, it was literally, I was on the phone to her at the time, and I said, just post something about George. I can't see anyone on my Facebook yet that posted anything about the new Prince. Just posted congratulations on it. So she did, and you wouldn't believe it. She got like 10 likes. It started to go a little bit viral, and it was only because no one else had jumped on the bandwagon yet. So it's always good to be first and to be the first to post about the latest news. So I mean, have a look out there. There's a lot of websites out there that always have the latest news. So if you're stuck with things to post, obviously look out for the latest news. But try and do something that's relative to your business, because there's no point posting about something that's nothing to do with your company. But obviously, if you think it's going to work out well, then why not go for it? And then lastly, trying to inspire. Obviously, if people like what you do, then again, they're going to follow them. So it's all good saying that, but a lot of people are probably thinking, so how do I do that then? So what I've done is I've mocked up a little table as just an example of what you could do for posting. We basically, with every client that we do social media marketing for, we mock up a table, and it's more for us as well as a structure, but people like it because it's different. So you haven't got some guy that's posting an image of this, that's posting the same stuff all the time, or is forcefully trying to sell. It's got a good structure. So I mean, like for example, I quite normally use Fridays as quite a good selling day, because Fridays with most businesses is your last chance to bring in any sales possible, because the weekend's obviously going to be quite hard because no one's working. We also find that Monday to Friday, especially on social media, is the time to do it, because come Saturday and Sunday it's more personal than business. So I started off with Motivational Monday. Everyone hates Mondays. What you could do, for example, you could do a motivational quote. So you could do like a photo. Now, what some people do, like PT Toolbox, they have a lot of motivational images, and they're branded specifically for PT Toolbox. Now, the great thing with these is if someone saves this photo and uses it for themselves on their page, they're going to promote you because it's got your logo on it. So it's always a good thing to do, because people will recognise it, and it'll help outreach if people want to use the same photo. Also, it's just a lot better. I mean, if you've got a quote for the day in there, you'll find it's going to be read less than if you've got a big image to show the quote of it. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do. Now, there's some things that I sort of limit on doing unless you have a high following. So, for example, with posting a quiz, I would only say do that if you've got a high amount of likes, because what happens, if you say you've got 100 likes and you post a quiz on there, you'll probably find that if lucky, you probably get one or two people that are posted on the quiz or the poll, and it just end up making the actual question look rubbish. So I'd only recommend doing that if you get at least 1,000 likes, because it will just look empty. Again, I've put humour, so you can do like an appropriate video. There's a lot of vines out there these days as well that you could probably take an idea from I don't know, YouTube or anything like that. Post a link, and you can also do like a link if you've got a website with a blog post. Now the great thing is, obviously, if you put your blog on there, you might say, "Here's my latest blog post." Then you're then pushing everyone that likes your page to go back onto your website to then look at buying it again. So find more information. So it's always good to link your blog to your Facebook, because at least that way people can see what's the latest news and any topics of interest. Now Tuesday, I've put in Trendy Tuesday. Now another quite a good technique I like to do is like a contest. So what this does is this helps engagement, which is the number one rule. So obviously, if people think, hey, if I'm going to win a T-shirt for free or whatever, that'd be fantastic prizes for free just for liking them, and they're of interest to that prize, then yeah, go for it. Remind people of the contest. Now, the only thing I would say on especially Facebook is if you're going to have a contest now, you have to be very careful because Facebook don't like people that. There's basically a lot of companies out there that started offering out competitions, saying like, if you like us, you're going to win all this, and then long and short, no one ever won anything, and everyone liked all these pages, we never won anything. So if you're going to do it, always relate to a terms and conditions somewhere where you're promoting the competition. Because you may find that your page will be banned if someone reports it or anything like that. So just an idea, have some sort of terms and conditions if you've got a competition on there. Then, although I don't say to promote myself, like constantly sell on Facebook, it's okay to do it every now and then. So you might want to just inform people about a link of product or a new service. And then you might want to share some industry news. So again, like what's the latest news with fitness? So and so's won gold in the Olympics, whatever. It's always good to be relative again. So obviously with industry news, whatever you do, you want to be relative and you want to be first. So always something to bear in mind. Now I've done Winning Wednesday. What you can do with Winning Wednesday, I've set up to put a personal quote. So personal quotes are quite good because they can be quite motivational and they can be quite inspiring. So there's a lot of sites out there that you can sign up to as well. That I can't remember a few of them off the top of my head, but you can sign up to them and put in your email, and what you'll find is they'll email you daily some quotes, some favourite quotes. Some you like, some you won't, or you can just browse online. They're normally quite easy to come across, things like that. Then with Winning Wednesday, going with a theme, you could do like a show and tell. So you could say, hey, look at one of my clients. He was 20 stone when he started. It's only been a little while. He's now 18 stone. Look how incredibly well he's doing. Now the great and fantastic thing about this is if you're showing off a client or the work that you've done, it's that one, they're going to engage, so you'll probably find that they're more likely to say, hi, thank you, yeah, you've been great. Then all of their friends are going to start seeing this post, especially if they share it and say, hey, look at what this fantastic PT's done for me, and they share that post. You'll find that suddenly, quickly, you've then gone out to all of their friends. So it's always good to show off to someone else, and if someone wants to promote one of your posts, go for it. You could do an inspirational story, again for Winning Wednesday, so you could say, there's a lot of videos out there, especially on YouTube, where there's people that have not been able to walk and then put their mind to it, and then suddenly, through 10 years of sitting in a wheelchair, being able to walk. There's things like that that are very motivational and catch a lot of people's attention. Again, what you see of interest. And then lastly, I've put tag a customer in there for a testimonial. This sort of relates to show and tell. So if someone's giving you a quote and you have no pictures or anything like that, you can put in a testimonial. So it's always good to ask for any feedback from anyone. Now, swinging on to Thursday, I put tips for Thursday. So you could give a free business tip if you were dealing with business. For you guys, it'll probably be give a fitness tip or give a dieting tip or give anything that's relative to your business. Again, it's free. It takes 2 seconds to do. Sometimes it's good to just give out a little bit of knowledge because, again, if giving something for nothing, you normally get something in return. You can add an interesting facts. So there's a lot of sites out there with just interesting facts out there. Find one that's relative to your business and post it up on there. You could show results or a link. So if you ever find anything that's say useful for your clients, you might find a really handy website. As much as you always want your clients to go to your website, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey guys, I use this sometimes. It's a fantastic website. Gives you great dieting technique. Gives you great fitness techniques, etc. Have a look at it. It might help you out if you want to work out at home. So again, it's giving a little knowledge for nothing. It's good because you're not forcing them to go to you all the time. So it's saying, hey guys, check this out. Now I'm going to swing on to Friday. Like I say, I like to do a Friday as a selling day, but doing it in a clever way. So normally I use this as a last day for selling because come the weekend you'll find that most people have been out the weekend, got smashed, out with family. They're more unlikely to buy at the weekend through Facebook because they haven't got work and they're going to go out shopping. So you'll find it harder online. But this is what I say to do normally on a Friday. Again, you could give some educational advice. I've put on there. You could offer a resource or a download. So again, giving something for nothing is always good. You could put an offer on there. Now, Facebook have actually got something on there. I think it's when you reach like 100 likes, you can actually share an offer on Facebook. With a lot of my customers, I've not actually had a lot of good success with it, but you can do well on it because you can create the offer, you can set limitations. If you've not got anything on your website or anything that you use for sending an offer, it's always a good thing to do because you can say, right, okay, it's only going to 5 people. You can set your limitations to it. You can say the offer expires when. And then if you say you've only got 50 likes, right, you can then pay. It will give you an option. So you can say, right, I'm going to pay, I don't know, £19 and it's going to go out to 10,000 people. Hopefully someone out there is going to catch the bait. With things like that, you can categorise who your target market is. So it's always good. If you're going to do any sort of advertisement, you want to target your the correct audience. There's no point targeting someone that's not going to be of interest. But again, I'll go through that on another meeting. Facebook ads. Then last but not least is the weekend. So like I've been saying for the whole thing, the weekends, you'll find the news feed's always quite quick on a weekend because there's always a lot of content going backwards and forwards where people are obviously meeting their family and doing things. So what you want to do with weekends is you want to try and be as relative as possible and as human as possible. So you want to show, I don't know, here's a team out on a barbecue. It's always good if people can relate to you and your business. So you could say, hey, we're having a day off today, but we're still at the gym. There's a picture of you guys at the gym. It's always good if they can see put a picture to the face. So now I'm going to swing over to scheduling your posts. So it's all good having a really good structure, especially for Facebook or any social media. It's always good to have a fantastic structure and knowing what you want to do. But the last thing you want to do is sit on Facebook all day. That you want to go out and run your business because it's all good if you've got 10,000 likes in the end, or you've just got a high amount of likes in general. If you're sitting on Facebook all the time, then you're not making money. So what you want to do, you can actually now, I've added a little image on there, you can schedule and backdate your post on Facebook now. It's just that little icon, the little icon there. So you can set one for next week or whatever. There's also another program called Hootsuite. It's free. They have got payment options, which give you a lot more ways to sell and get leads and do a lot more with it. We actually use Sprout Social and we use the premium, the high package on that one because we can do so much with Sprout Social. It's quite expensive on the premium, but obviously we deal with a lot of social media clients. We have a lot of clients that we do social media marketing for, so it works out well for us. But if you've got the money, then yeah, I'd say use Sprout Social. It's really, really good. They also have like webinars, etc., just to get you started and show you everything around it. And once you've got the knowledge from everything from what they give you, you can do a lot better. So I always recommend that. So you're thinking about scheduling now, unless you're using Sprout Social on the premium package, which it actually picks the best time. So say all the people on your Facebook, Google+, Twitter, etc. Are very active at 12 o'clock. That'll work it out and they'll go, right, we're going to post this at 12 o'clock, which is brilliant. If you don't know when's best to post, now I've done a little planner of what a normal everyday person would do. So this is from what I do. Early morning, I'll get up. First thing I'll do when I get up is I check my phone, I check Facebook while I've got 5 minutes. Then I'll go to work. I might have a cheeky check on Facebook again if anything's happened in the meanwhile, bit of an addict, I know. And then I'll start working, because after 10 o'clock, with most businesses, you'll find it's the most productive time to work from 10 o'clock onwards. So I'll never say post at 10 o'clock, because you'll find that a lot of people are working. You'll find that a lot of people aren't going to see that post. So try and keep away from that. Then up until lunchtime, then people will then start going back on Facebook. It's lunchtime. They might have a few minutes spare here and there. They might go on their own. The first thing they're going to do is check on Facebook. So, now going from last year's results with Facebook, 3 p.m. was actually the busiest time on Facebook. Wednesday, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. averagely was the busiest time on Facebook. And Wednesday was the busiest day. But how accurate that is, because obviously that's running off 2012, it might be a little bit different now, it might be 12 o'clock, I'm not too sure, but obviously work around what's best for you, because you can't, the great thing with Facebook, you can't do anything wrong. If you do a post 2 months ago, you've done 10 posts since then, that's off your news feed, that's right down the bottom, they're probably not going to see it again. So if you've done scheduled in at the wrong time, don't worry, you've still got plenty of time to sort it out. So then, again, after say 3:30, I say don't post anything again till about 5ish, because again, people have then gone from their lunch break and then being productive and working again. Normally you say about 5 o'clock onwards. Now, this time of day is when I start holding back from posting, because you will get some people come home from work, and you will get them that will start posting going on Facebook as soon as they go home. But you'll also find that a lot of people are just going to have their dinner, they're knackered, they just want to come in, watch the telly and go to bed. So you'll find that even though there's a lot more people available at that time of day, you'll find that you might not get that much engagement that you're looking for. And again, weekends, I say post anything relative and anything that's not that great at the weekend, but I say try and hold back from doing anything major at the weekend, because again, it's not normally 9 times out of 10 going to do anything as good as it would on a weekday. Right, so now, what I'm going to go through is the best way of doing your post. Now, when you do your post, normally you're up there for a little while. If a lot of people have engaged with your post, you stay up there a little bit longer. So the best technique is obviously stay up there longer. Now, you're probably thinking, how's the best way to stay up there longer, and how's the best way to engage? Now, I don't always say to boost. There's an option on there, so you could do a post on your Facebook page. Now, if no one's liked this post, if no one's shared the post, and no one's really interacting with the post that you're doing on Facebook, then I'd say don't really bother boosting it, because there's normally a reason for that. It's not normally probably no interest in anyone. If you suddenly do a post and suddenly 8 people have come across, they've started liking it, then why not boost it? Everyone else likes it. Let's see who else is interested in what you do. So it's a good thing if it's viral. If it's not viral, try and stay a little bit away unless you've got money to burn. Another sort of tip is to reply to comments, especially using the first person's name. Now, it's really good because you're relating to them. You're actually talking back to them. Now, if you just reply and say, thanks, great advice, and they've done a big, long message on their opinion or what you posted, I normally say to try and post back with the same amount of effort as what they have done. Now, I'm not saying someone's just done a great post, a comment, etc. I'm not saying you have to, but try and put the same amount of effort that they've done, and you'll find that you'll get a lot higher engagement. But whatever I do say is, if someone comments on one of your posts, don't suddenly sit there and reply straight away. That's the last thing you actually want to do, which you probably think is a bit odd. You want to normally give it about 30 minutes, 40 minutes before you like or post back to them. Now, the reason for that being, it keeps you in the algorithm for a little bit longer in Facebook's algorithm. So you're keeping it fresh, you're keeping it hot all the time. So, and it also gives time for other people to post. So it's no good having a conversation between one person that's commented. You give a little bit of time for someone else to get involved. So you might find that you give it 30 minutes, and you might find that you get 2 more people that comment on that post. So it's always a good thing to do. And then if you've left it 30 minutes, you've only got 3 comments back. That's brilliant, because then you can reply to one using their first name, using the same amount of effort. You can then post back to the second one using their first name and the same amount of effort, and the third one. And then suddenly what you found is that 3 posts has then become 6 posts. You're then talking to them people one to one, and they will then want to engage a little bit more. So it's always good to do it that way. You'll find that your post will stay hot and stay right up the top of the newsfeed. Now, I see a lot of people with Facebook, they'll put a post of themselves, and they'll like it themselves. It's all good every now and then, but it's sort of it's like liking a picture of yourself. It's a little bit weird now, so I was trying to take a whole back from liking all your own posts, because it just doesn't seem to bond well with people. If you're going to share it, now this is another good thing. So if you find that a lot of people that haven't liked you but are on your personal profile or part of a group, then yeah, share it. So if say for example you've got a page and you've got a group, Facebook group, or you want to share it on your own profile, I'll say yes, definitely share it, because then you're going to then go out to not only the people that like your page, you're going to go out to the people that are friends with you or part of a group. Now, but one technique I do say is give it that 30 minutes. Now, because what you're then doing is you're giving Facebook all the time to let all the people that have liked your page see it first. Then what you've then done is you've then used most of the engagement out of your likes to then share it on your personal profile, and then it's going to be spread out to them people as well. And then give it another 30 minutes, share it out into a group. So then you've kept an hour, you kept it fresh for an hour. So, and you've gone out to a larger audience as you've done it, and it's advertising for a longer amount of time. Again, it's keeping your post up at the top of the newsfeed for as long as possible, because the longer you stay up there, the more you're advertising your business, and it's free. So it's best to do it properly. And again, you don't want to be repetitive, because there's no point. Neil said there's a bit of a lag issue there. Are we all okay? Or?
Yeah, fine.
Sorry if there's a bit of a lag there. It might be internet connection. We have quite quick internet. Sorry, internet. Just be me. Alright, no worries. We've got a recording, so if you miss anything, anyone, we'll stick it on the blog. So if you miss anything, you can come back and watch it another time. So, but again, you don't want to be repetitive, because then you going to become boring. And you want to keep it fresh at all times. Again, you want to be original. There's no point posting what another page has done. I see some people that have a page and they'll post what another fitness company's done, which is great to some degree, but you're advertising them. So if you're going to do something that you've done. It's sometimes, I will be honest, it is hard out there sometimes. You get a bit of writer's block. But there's no point posting what someone else has done, not unless you can really see any profit coming from it. And then lastly, I say to tag relative people in it, because if you tag someone in a post, it's then going to appear on their profile. So, for example, you can use this. Say if you were going to do the testimonial for Winning Wednesday, you put their testimonial on there. You're friends with them on Facebook as well. So then, what you then do is you tag them in there. And also, there's another thing you can do on there, which a lot of people that I see still don't do, is you can hashtag. That's really good for looking in the newsfeed. If someone, say for example, put hashtag Southend Fitness, it's going to show up the latest that someone's put in there for Southend Fitness. If someone's looked in Facebook search and they put Facebook Fitness and then clicked on the hashtags, or there's nothing else come up, you'll normally find that your post will come up on there, so it's always a good thing to look at. But I would say, if you're going to do hashtags, don't cover your whole post in hashtags. You still want it to be readable. So just try and be a little bit clever about it. So that's mainly about posting. I think I've pretty much covered everything to some degree with regards to posting. Now, I'm going to talk about groups, Facebook groups, because like UKPT, it's a brilliant group, and it's really good because the difference with a group is, as great as it is with a page, you'll find that you won't get so much interactivity. But with a group, people can post themselves on there and they can talk to each other, so it's always really good to post, to have a group. So what you could do, for example, you could have, if you've got a boot camp, you could invite everyone on your boot camp to this group, to your group. Now, say you want to moderate it, you don't want to leave it open to the public because, unfortunately, the World Wide Web is open to people out there that just want to spam and ruin everything for everyone. So, unfortunately, what you want to do is you want to keep it to a moderator. So, what you'll then do is you'll send them a link, or tell them to search the group and then do it by approval. Then you can moderate the people that come in. Anyone that's not of interest, or so and so from India that obviously has got no relevance to your fitness company in Essex and is never going to come to your boot camp, there's no point inviting them, because more than likely all they want to do is put an affiliate website on your group and ruin it for everyone. So groups can be good, but don't get confused with groups and pages. Groups are more good for a community thing, and good to keep private together. So there's sort of 3 really main handy tips there. Now, lastly, I'm going to go on to something totally different. I'm going to go on to email marketing. Now, email marketing can be used fantastically to create engagement. Now, the reason I'm going through this is because we use a lot of this with PT Toolbox. As you know, you've probably had a lot of emails. We've created a massive engagement just because of email marketing. Now, I've lost my way there. With email marketing, obviously, it's all good if you've got a database. Now, if you haven't got a database, then there are ways and other techniques you could do. So you could say, either go on your website and create a call to action and say, sign up here and we'll give you a free PDF and a couple of days of knowledge for what you may be interested in. Or you could sign up with MailChimp. There are a few other resources out there. I don't know whether you guys have come across any, but there are other resources out there that offer free email marketing. Or they might put their label on it, but if it's free, then fantastic. MailChimp seems to be the popular one out there for free ones. I think there's Aweber out there. There's a few others out there. We have our own system for our own website clients where we have it all built in, so it interacts with the CRM and it's all together and makes life a lot easier. But if you're going to do a call to action, you want to teach and you want to train people, because again, offering something for nothing, you'll find that people normally want to give something back, and they're more likely to give something back. You could, like I say here, you could promote it once a month. So you might have created a link on MailChimp. You could then post that on your Facebook and say, hey guys, sign up for this for a free PDF. Then what you'll find, what will happen, is they'll sign up for the free PDF. You'll send them the free PDF. You can set up normally automatic emails. And then what then has happened is they've then signed up for your email campaign. Obviously, don't make it too misleading. Just let them know that obviously when they sign up, we may send you messages in the future. But then you've got data. So even if they might not have liked you on Facebook, they may have just found this link randomly from wherever someone else might have recommended the download. But as soon as they've then put their details in, you've then got them details for future purposes. So you might send out a newsletter next month. And if they were interested in the PDF last time, they might have forgot about it last month. But then, oh yeah, forgot about them, I might have a look on their website again, etc. So it's always good to sort of give something back for nothing. Now, there are ways of getting databases out there. There's a lot of ways to be honest with you. Now, I don't really recommend spamming people to some degree. No one likes it, and it doesn't give you a lot of respect. But you can do other means and methods. So you might say, I don't know, say you're working with a supplier. Let's say you're saying, if you help us, if you send out an email to all of my friends, I'll send an email out to all of my, to all of my clients, to all of your clients. I'll send an email out to all of my clients. And they're going to feel more obliged to do so because it's something for nothing at the end of the day. So, other than that, I mean, there are ways you can buy databases out there. There's, I'm just trying to think, you can actually do something with UK Mail. You can sign up, there's something on their website where you can sign up and you can do everyone in your local area and you can pay, they're normally quite cheap, you can pay for them to deliver a special postcard to everyone in the local area, or you can pay for data. There's a lot of places out there where you can buy data. Be a little bit careful where you're getting it from because some places are a bit dodgy out there, but as long as it's all legit, it could benefit you, it may not benefit you. Right, so now I've gone through what to do with regards to the email marketing. Now, the next thing you want to sort of look at is how to do your email. Now, it's all good if you've got a fantastic email system that does a brilliant, snazzy email campaign, but you'll find a lot of devices still can't display HTML emails. So what that means is they can't display pictures within an email. You'll find that especially with mobile phones, there's a lot of mobile phones out there that won't display pictures within their emails. So what I sort of recommend is to just keep it as if you're talking to them. I mean, if you've got an automatic email that goes out to someone, when they sign up after 10 days, send it out as if you've sent that message personally to them. So what I mean, don't design one up, just put in relative text, try to relate to them in the message. And they might actually be fooled into thinking you're actually talking to them. You'll find that you'll always get a higher engagement with that, so it's always good to do. And if you're going to do an email campaign like that, don't be afraid to put in your link to your Facebook or your social media at the end of it, because you always want some form of call to action. There's no point giving out an email, and even though you're giving them some advice, there's no point of selling on there. So I'm not saying just sell all over the place. I'm saying do the purpose of your email, and then at the end you might want to just conclude with check out our website for the latest news, like us on Facebook, etc., or sign up for more, or even just get in contact. Last of all, out of all the tips for today, is this little click to play design I've put here. Now, a lot of people don't actually realise with emails you can't watch videos within your email. So what I do is a little handy technique is I'll design up an image that looks like a video. So what people then do is they think, oh, I'll click that, and then that image is actually linked. That goes from your email, and it then goes to a website. You can have that onto your page, so it may be a post on your page. It may be a video on your website. So it's a little trick for marketing there. So you could obviously design up, or just you might be able to do a print screen and crop the image. I know you can actually do it in Words now. I don't know if there's other programs that you can do it out there with, but you can crop the video from YouTube, so you haven't got to design it, and then stick it in your email campaign, and you'll find that you'll probably get high engagement because people will read through, and if they're interested, and then suddenly see this play button, they'll think, I can't be bothered to read through the rest of it. I'll just click the video and watch the video. You'll find that there'll be a higher engagement rate, and then it will then go to the web page, which is where you want it to go anyway, or the Facebook page. So I think I've gone through everything. I hope you enjoyed everything I went through, and if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
So everything that Tom went through can be actioned in your business pretty much immediately, and a lot of the stuff that Tom spoke about I use on a daily basis. Well, in fact, I use everything he spoke about every day. on PT Toolbox and on my personal training page and on some other Facebook groups that I manage, such as UK PTs. What I recommend now is taking a minute or so, get your notes together if you took any, and we're going to do a quick Q&A with Tom. So you can either unmute yourself and ask the questions, or you can go through on the chat bar and actually ask your questions on there, and Tom will answer them in order. Okay, so if you unmute yourself, then you can start to ask questions. So I'm going to come back off now, and Tom's going to take over again. Any questions, feel free to go for it.
Yeah, Rob, we'll stick it on the blog, we'll stick it on PT Toolbox. So there's always a handy thing there. If you guys want to download it, that's not a problem. I get asked quite a lot actually for some of the social media points, that's not a problem. What was the name of the company?
UK Mail.
Now, there's I think it's UK Mail, UK Post. We used one before. Let me just have a little cheeky look for you. I think we paid about £50 and we got it to go out to. Now that's another thing that I'm going to say. With this one, they normally only had business data. You'll find that a lot of business data is a lot easier to get than anything else, but they had mainly business data, which I think was might be a little look for you. If not, drop your email and I'll as soon as I find it, I'll shoot it over to you. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you right click on my name, let me have a look. Let's do it that way. Is there a way they can message on the chat? If not, just drop your email. I'll tell you what. Just drop me an email. And as soon as I find it, I'll send it over to you. They do and they don't. I mean, you will get them work. I mean, if you bought 1,000, I would say to look for about a 2% conversion at a minimum. I've seen people that have got up to 10%, which doesn't probably sound a lot to you, but for that sort of amount, it is normally actually quite high. So I wouldn't, if you did go out and buy leads and you got 10%, I wouldn't feel down about it. I feel really good because that's normally what you sort of what you want to try and aim for. But yeah, you could get you could more than likely going to get around 2%, but don't worry about that. So what I'd say is I'd work out. So if you're buying 100,000 leads, work out what's going to be 1 to 2% and aim for that as your minimum target as people you want to convert to. But like I say, if you follow some of the techniques that I've done, you'll probably find that you'll get a higher conversion than if you were just to do one designed up using, I don't know, like MailChimp's template, for example. Or if you try and make it more personal, you'll probably find you get a higher conversion. Or if you put interesting images in there, you'll probably again find you'll get a higher conversion. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, of course it's going to be Facebook. I know a lot of people, there are a lot of systems out there where you can generate leads from, especially Twitter. So, like Hootsuite, there's another program that I didn't actually mention called TweetAdder. TweetAdder's great, you do have to pay for it. But what you could do is you could search for everyone that's mentioned, I've got a big bum, for example, or I think I look fat in this, or etc. Something that's relative to you. And then what it will then do is it will give you a list of everyone on Twitter that said that comment. You could say, I need you might even just put something as simple as "I need a fitness instructor." It will then bring up everyone on tweet at us that's shown that have put I want to become a fitness instructor. I want a fitness instructor. So that can be great to generate leads. I mean, Hootsuite and I'm not sure actually if Hootsuite do it, but I know Sprout Social do it, and it's brilliant because as much as they sort of think, where have you come from? If they're looking for something, if you reply to them and it's something they're looking for, you'll probably find that you'll generate a good conversion with leads for that. With Facebook ads, again, I wanted to leave that to another meeting, but I could give you sort of some main reasons with Facebook ads. If you're going to do Facebook ads, there's no point doing it to everyone. There's no point advertising to an 80-year-old if you're advertising getting fit. So I would say you want to narrow down, and I mean literally narrow down. There's no point in sending out 100,000 people that might be interested. You want 1,000 people, or you want 10,000 people that are going to be interested out of a million, because you'll find that again, all right, it might be a higher cost, so you might find that you pay a lot more for a like on Facebook, but you'll find that it's going to be a lot easier to sell to them because you've specifically narrowed that person right down to the T. And they're more than likely they're going to buy from you. So with Facebook ads, there's a lot of things you can do with Facebook to narrow it down than Google or anything else. So what you want to do is just narrow that down to the exact age of your target market, because there's no point you saying, for example, you might post something, hey guys, do you remember when there was Teletubbies? That's sort of my toddler age. That's going to relate to my sort of people that are my age group. But there's no point saying that if your target market is people that are 10 years older than you. So you want to be aware of who you're marketing to, and then you want the Facebook ads to go specifically to that target.
Guys, should we end it there?
Yeah. Don't mind the lessons anymore.
Right, guys, any more questions? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll call it a day there. If you do have any more questions, you can either email josh@pttoolbox.co.uk or you can email tom@essexwebcreative.co.uk. This webinar is going to go up on the PT Toolbox page by the end of the week, hopefully, so you can watch the recording at any point. If you're a pro member, you'll also be able to download the PowerPoints as well. If you need any more help, don't forget that you can sign up for a free business call if you sign up. And we're also kind of available for chats and stuff on Facebook or via email if you need just some advice, whatever. I hope this has been useful. Thanks, Tom, for being a great host. And we shall see you for next week's webinar, same time, same place. You'll see information about that tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good evening.